Young women in Seoul office.
Yan si Yamba. Ano lang yan, pampagising lang.
Can I have my presentation slides? And 8, 7. Yes, yeah, thank you. Hi, you can call me Claire. I'm a program officer at the Young Women Knowledge and Partnership Center in the Republic of Korea. Can we use the clicker? To promote gender equality, right? All rights of women and girls. Yes, and it's a key partner of Action Coalition on Technology Innovation for Gender Equality. So we are promoting to close the gap, digital gap of access to digital devices or internet. And we promote participation in women's participation in science, technology, in engineering new office. And our priority areas, so we cover the regional, region, Asia Pacific region. So we cover not only Korea, but then, can you, down please. Yes. So it's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, period. So we celebrate from 25th of November, which is an International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, to 10th of December, which is the International Human Rights Day. So we call it 16 Days of Activism, and annually we do the campaign, which is called Unite to End Gender-Based Violence. And this year's theme is Unite to End Digital Violence Against Women and Girls. So this campaign's color is orange, right? So I'm wearing something orange. Violence against women and digital violence against women. There's no agreed term and definition for this term, so we call it technology facilitated because we cover not only online violence, but the sound, please. Yes. So what is the issue? There are many forms of TFGBV. I'll go into detail in the later slides. And the impact I want to mention is that those who experience TFGBV are leaving the online space, right? I mentioned the last point. Yeah, so there are particularly vulnerable groups. So Women in Public Eye invited 22 experts in gender-based violence, statistics, and government officials and academia to come up with the proposed definition of TFR. We call it TFR as a statistical term behind daily objects, and they're secretly filming your intimate moments or sexual contents. And then they live stream or they share on the website. So it involves this kind of hidden camera. So this is its purpose is to harass the victim, right? And based on their genders, they're being targeted, and it can lead to cyberbullying. And morphing, it's slicing someone's face into nude pictures or nude recordings, right? So this is called deepfakes, easily. It's to sexualize and humiliate the victims. And cyberflashing, it's sending the victim unwanted pictures. You know, we have these airdrop functions, and people just send their nude pictures, like unwanted pictures, through this kind of airdrops or this systems of TFGBV, non-consensual image sharing. It's sharing without consent the intimate images or nude pictures, right? So whether or not the recording or picture was taken with consent or not, if you share it without consent, then that's a crime. And doxing, it was mentioned before. Doxing is where you include the victim's profile, like home address, phone number, everything in this file. So there was this case in Korea a few years ago. This perpetrator, they asked the victims to send pictures or the nude images or sort of personal information so that they can fix TFGBV. What kind of TFGBV have been committed here? So it's multiple choices. We have multiple answers. So perpetrator used online dating apps to lure victims to his residence, where he had covertly installed smoke. He actually started with going to get some tips, right? Like fitness tips, or like I want to earn more money, or investment. Sort of they want to find tips, and then they just bump into these kind of social media influencers who are trying to and young men, and then say like alpha male, like we are the male, sort of this kind of sort of. And these young men in unstable sort of status, they fall into it, right? So we need to be critical about what we are seeing and watching, right? And these influencers, they're not based by online harassment abuse. So far, and they actually have a platform where countries share their best practices and support each other. And they share data and policies. So it's a global platform for TFGBV globally. And 2023, the Statistical Commission, UN Statistical Commission asked us, UN Women and UN FPA, and a standardized data collection method to develop a standard. Because if you have data, you see the problem, right? So what data makes things visible, and what's visible you can take action. So data is very important. So our center's focus is on measuring decrease in the Asia Pacific region, and we invited Philippines as well. They have really good data system, and they produce surveys and admin data on TFGBV. So we have Philippines National Statistics Office person and Department of ICT. They're in charge of producing data. So we invited two of them for Philippines. And we had an academic conference this year on AI and TFGBV. So we looked into the intersection of AI and gender. What are the issues? And first day we actually looked at gender bias in AI, because we go search on ChatGPT, draw a picture of CEO, and then it gives you like white male image, right? So there's a gender bias. So we wanted to look into it. And the second day we focused on AI, how AI is being used for TFGBV, and how it can be actually used to counter and prevent TFGBV as well, because AI has huge potential, right? Why we focused on AI and TFGBV is that we've seen exponential rise in the cases. People start using generative AI like ChatGPT a lot, and then these kind of cases rise together. And in Korea, this data is from last year August to this year March as well. So as our police officer mentioned, Seoul city government is doing the 24 hours monitoring system with AI tools. So it monitors and takes down Tower, Instagram, Facebook. They need to design their products with safety, right? So whether it's content moderation or algorithms, they need, or victims like reporting mechanisms, they need to take into account when they design their products. So from the very beginning, it's very important. And I think that prevention strategy should involve educating the users, right? So of course, platform providers, they need to do their job, but then the users, how they use this technology, like ChatGPT and this kind of, how do they use it? They need to think about this ethical concerns as well, how they use it, right? So I think educating our like middle school, high school girls and boys about ethical